Hello, friends. This is Rishayan. This is a collection of three videos that I made over the past 30 years, 20 years or so, um, of the times that I was camped out in the United States. Now, for those that may not know or have been following my channel, I live in Mexico, and but I have to come back to the U.S. Frequently over the past few years, mostly to visit my mother, who still lives in the U.S. and come back to visit her to renovate my visa and other uh, important things that I need to do in the U.S. before returning back to Mexico to my home. Now, when I'm in the U.S., of course, prices are absurd. They were absurd years ago. They're even more absurd today, and so I have to camp out. And so this film was my camping out in um, near Baltimore, Maryland. And you'll also see another clip of my camping out near in Georgia, near Atlanta, and another in Pennsylvania, near Pittsburgh. Different places that I've camped out on the times that I come back for a month or so to the U.S. before returning to Mexico. In this clip, I think it was filmed in the month of October in Maryland, and it was a cold snap had come, and I was quite warm inside the tent with my sleeping bag, and I really didn't want to leave, because a relative cold snap, which does happen in northeast U.S. during the month of October, had struck, and it was not pleasant to go out. But as I explained, these videos were originally done in Spanish, and so I'm dubbing them over in English. And as I was explaining in this video, uh, I was hungry and I had to go out, even though I didn't want to get food because when I'm camped out, of course, I can't store food, and so I have to buy it every day and not be too far from a source of food. And so that's that. This is a smaller tent that I was using at that particular time. I'm not sure what the years were on these. I know these were all filmed maybe in the last 10 years, maybe. I don't know. But the um, I was going to say this was a smaller tent that I had gotten, and I don't now use these smaller tents. This is a one-person tent. I use two-person tents because I just want the space. It's just a little bit too small for me. Not that I'm that big, other than being a little fat, but it's just I like to have space, for my gear, my backpack, and whatever. It's just more comfortable in a two-person tent. Of course, they're a little bit heavier to carry around, but not that much heavier. Um, I don't remember the brand of this tent. You can go by that little explanation point maybe to figure out the brand. I sort of forget because I bought different brands over the years, but I buy them on the internet. They're a little more expensive, between 100 $150, different than originally many years ago. I bought them on at Walmart, and they were like $20 or $30, something like that. But these more expensive tents are hold up much better in the rain, and they have very good rain flies, and there's a lot better ventilation, so they're a better quality tent. Plus, they have aluminum, the whatever you call them, the sticks, the palitos in Spanish. The sticks are out of aluminum, which hold up better than the fiberglass ones that you get on the cheaper tents. Okay, now I'm in the state of Georgia, and it looks like that's the same tent that I had in the other one. It could have been. It could have been the same tent. In fact, maybe it was the same time. I don't know because I think this was also filmed in the month of October. Um, but this was close to Atlanta, or south of Atlanta somewhat. And I found this little bit of woods to camp in. However, this particular week, and I don't know if this happens all the time. I don't think it rains all that much. I lived in Atlanta many, many, many years ago, back in the 70s, and I don't really remember it raining so much. But this particular time that I was here, it rained every day. It had been raining a couple days. It was going to rain this day, and it was predicted to rain the next several days. It's like rain, rain every day. As you can see, the floor of the forest is quite wet. And of course I have plastic and my rain fly there ready to go on the top of this tent, and the tent did stay dry. I fortunately did not have any problems with water coming into the tent. I selected this particular place as good as I could as being, although it's completely flat. I always try to look for a place that's a little high up. That's a nest that I've seen up there, but a large nest. So I don't know what kind of animal that was that lived in that nest. It was certainly way too big for a bird, and I don't believe it. I think it was, unless it was a apartment complex for squirrels, because it was much bigger than what squirrels make. So I don't know what was living up there. I didn't see any animals at all during the. I was about here about a week, and I didn't see any animals or anybody or anything. So that was a good thing. That was a good thing. Maybe the rain was good. It kept the humans out, which is the most important thing, and I didn't even see any animals. Very very nice forest. It wasn't too far away from a supermarket, a food source, and from the library. There was a library not too far away, and it was I would say relatively safe looking area. The entire area around Atlanta, Georgia, is sort of iffy, if you know what I mean. It's not certainly not one of my favorite places in the U.S. to camp. But this particular area, I guess it was maybe 20 miles south of Atlanta, something like that, was looked relatively peaceful. Um, but other than the rain and the wet floor, it was a nice little woods. A nice little woods and nice little community. I sort of liked it there, but the weather was going to turn colder, so I was on my way, just like in the other video. I was on my way to Florida. At least that's what I had said in Spanish. Like I said, this video was also done originally in Spanish, and but boy, man, that tent does look like the same tent that I had before. I have to change tents about every 6 months, because I use them all the time. Even in Mexico, I have a house, but I sleep in a tent in the house because of the uh, the animals. I have in the house that I live in Mexico, I have a lot of pets. Maybe not wanted pets, but there's pets there. I have lots of scorpions. I have tons of mosquitoes, and there's been a couple tarantulas that come into the house. And I have not yet seen a snake, but in a previous house I had in the same area, I also have snakes that come in. So I imagine there's probably been snakes in my house. But anyways, this is a look at the inside of my tent. Uh, yeah, this is a one-person tent. I'm pretty sure that's not a two-person tent. Yeah, it's the same one. I see the exclamation point. I forget what that brand is, but it did pretty good while I had it. It's just like I said today. I prefer the two-person tents. They just give me more space. And there's a shot of the food that I had brought. Man, I got a couple Italian breads there. Oh yeah, it was on sale. Well, man, I can't see. 80 cents it looked like. You know what? It must have been a Walmart, because that looks like it's from 60 cents. Holy hell. Try and get it from 60 cents today. Um, uh, uh, yeah, there must be a Walmart. That supermarket, I can't remember, but the supermarket must have been a Walmart that wasn't too far away from where I'm at. That sweater, I think I still have that sweater today. I noticed there. And my radio, that's my only entertainment, my little radio, and so that's the house of Rishayan when I'm in the woods. And this was, like I said, in the state of Georgia, and I was on my way to Florida for a while, and before I go back to Mexico. Okay, in this clip, which was filmed in 2021, I do have the larger two-person tent, and so it was much more comfortable here. This video was made in English, so I'll let you listen to the English version of the video. And this is what it looks like. The noisy Interstate 70 is right over there. You can hear constant noise all the time. But I sit up high here. I'm just seeing a car go by. And lots of vegetation.
This is what it looks like at this campsite. Nobody has come. I've been here about 3 to 4 days. Nobody has come. There are trails, I think they're deer trails, all the way down the hill. It is a very steep hill. To come up, it's hard. To go down, it's hard. It's a steep hill up. Then it's sort of not really flat, but somewhat flat here at the top, and sort of nice and covered with vegetation. A good hidden place to camp. No ticks, no large ticks have been seen at this time. It's the 4th of June 2021. No large ticks have been seen. There are chigger ticks, not a profuse amount, about the same amount as there is at other camps in this area. And there are mosquitoes, not a profuse amount. When it gets warmer, there are some mosquitoes, but not a major problem. The weather is mostly rainy climate. This is a rare day that it's sunny, and you have maybe a couple days of sun once in a while, and then you have 5 or 6 days of rain. That's the way it's been in this area, but of course it keeps everything green. Like I said, nobody has come. I haven't seen anybody on the road, and there is a constant problem with noise. There is, down that way, there is a creek, a very small creek, easily crossable, very small creek, but it does provide water, but it's a very steep descent and ascent to get to the creek. And there's a trash area to throw trash down there also. And it is close to Super Walmart, to Dollar Tree. And to bus service, the local 1, the local 2, the local 3, and weekender bus that can take me to another Walmart. It can take me to libraries. The North Bell Vernon Library here is worthless, but the Charlie Roy Library is a little better, and I can be taken easily to that library by way of bus. And so that's my report.
Yeah, and I just wanted to mention that unfortunately a lot of the places that I end up camping are right near a freeway, because that's the only places they leave the woods intact.
I'll be leaving water because I have a little excess of water here, but that's the way it is.